Hello, hello, hi, gigpreneur. What is going on? Welcome. Happy Friday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi, and I help folks with a job to start a side gig online and use social media to grow it. If that is you, drop the word me in the comments and let's go. And man, I don't know if you watched my live last night or you didn't. Um, last night I did not have internet. Our internet was down. There was some kind of a maintenance thing, and so I went out by the pool, and luckily I was able to get internet there. It's a hit or miss. Actually, most of the times you're not gonna get internet there, but God was good to me last night and we went live. So it actually turned out to be a really nice live. So if you haven't watched it, I recommend you check that out. That is, and I had to post it this morning in TikTok and Instagram. So yeah, if you haven't checked it out, I would recommend it. If you're joining me live, let me know you are here. Would love to know where you're tuning in from. I myself, I'm live on all channels: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and uh, if you're not following me, let's go follow me. And I myself, I'm from Southern California, and it's chilly tonight. Man, it was chilly tonight. We're having such a good couple of days, but then it got chilly again. So what's going on? Um, got a great topic for you tonight. If you're joining me from other channels and stuff, I would love to know where you're tuning in from. So when you comment, I know that where you are tuning in from, like what platform, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Anyway, let's get into it. The topic for tonight. So I was on a very exclusive coaching call today with Ray and a few other ones. Ray Higdon, in case you don't know, love the guy. Always give him some love. So I was on a very exclusive coaching call with him, and there was just some kind of a conversation between him and a lady, and they were talking back and forth, and it's not what that they came up with what I'm about to share with you. It's just that their conversation, it really, really intrigued me. I was really into the conversation. And at some point, I'm not really sure where in the conversation, I'm like, you know what? The root, the absolute root for growth. Sometimes we mistaken it. We don't. Sometimes we don't really understand or want to admit where the root of growth comes from. Growth. Now, here's the thing. Some of us may maybe most of us may really be wanting that result, right? Most of us want to have the paychecks, most of us want to have the cars, the houses, the comfort, the lifestyle. Most of us want that. Wait, I just got some. I'm kidding. Hey. So most of us want the result, right? Most of us want to have lost the weight already. Maybe very, very, very few of us maybe want to have gained the weight already. I know some of you are going to say, gain weight? What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm on that. I'm on that path. I want to gain my weight back, the 49 pounds that I lost. Um, so we all want that result, right? We want the harvest, right? We want to pick up the harvest and be excited. But, but, big but where does growth actually come from? Growth in anything, anything. Growth in finance, growth in relationship, growth in friendship and business, in from within. Okay, that's a good one. I'm going to surprise you with what I think growth comes from. So, growth doesn't come from harvest. We agree. It's not like you go to harvest and you expect growth. That's not what you do. You go to harvest to pick up the harvest, and there's no growth anymore. You're just picking up the harvest. So, when you plant a seed, what do you expect the seed to do? To grow, right? When you plant a seed, the only expectation you have is that it grows and it doesn't die. That's the only expectation you have. You don't have an expectation where this tree better give me a million different types of fruit. It just doesn't make any sense, right? Maybe you want that like really good fruits and good harvest and stuff, but that's not your expectation. Expectation is for it to grow. You plant the seed to grow anywhere. You plant a seed into a relationship and you expect it to grow. You plant a seed into a friendship. You expect it to grow. Thank you for all the loves. I love it. You plant a seed into a business. You want it to grow. Now, here's the thing. So growth comes from the seed. It's the seed. What is the seed? Seed is not a harvest. See, a seed has the potential to grow. Potential to grow. Potential to grow. But there's got to be certain things to help it grow. There's got to be sun, the wind, water, nutrition, right soil. So the seed, you expect it to grow, but you also don't plant a peach tree right in the middle of the desert, do you? You wouldn't expect that to grow. Why? Because that's not where a peach tree grows. So you plant a seed, you expect it to grow. At the same time, your expectations are met by what? Certain things you do for that seed, don't you? You don't put the seed in the dirt and then go away and come back and say, "Oh, well, there it is." It's not what you do. See, a seed is the beginning. So growth happens at the very beginning and grows. So when we confuse, this is how I started, we confuse growth with results. That's funny. I'm not Italian, and I'm not Stallone. You know what? I'm not selling anything at all, bro. So here's how we do it over in my world. We just block your thing. That's how we do it. You don't even have to come here, bro. And so growth is not result. A lot of times we confuse growth and result because we want to grow out of it, but what we really want is the result, don't we? a lot of it is like, I don't want to go to the gym, but I want to lose the weight anyway. I want to grow out of this and just have a miracle hit and just no more debt. But we confuse that. Growing is not equal to result. Now, growth eventually will give you results, but it doesn't equal results. Right? And I that hit me today. I was as I was listening to the conversation back and forth. I'm like, that's where growth comes from. Growth is not your result. It's not your harvest. That's not growth. Growth is like all the blisters, all the calluses, all the cuts, all the times you went out in the mud trying to make sure that your seed is going to be taken care of. It's all the times you protected that seed from birds that would come and just pick them out and eat them. It's all the time in between you planting that beginning, that seed, and all the time in between that harvest, between then and harvest, all the times you go back and forth, check on the seed, check on the weather, check on the surroundings, check. That's growth. So if you're on a growth journey, I love how I speak to some people and they go, I'm on a growth journey. And, but they're all so result driven. I'm not saying don't be result driven. I mean, I'm not saying don't set a goal, have dreams, and go for it. You know me. But I'm saying if you're focusing on the growth is not a result. So roll up your sleeves, get ready. When you plant that seed, when you start that business, the growth of that side gig means you taking care of the seed that you planted. You starting a side gig is you planting a seed. You not talking to anybody, you not prospecting, you not taking your own products, you not sharing with other people, you not checking in, see what the heck is going on in your world, in your company, with your products, with your customers, within you not doing those things, you're leaving that seed in the dirt and just expecting it for harvest without anything in between. That's what you're doing. I mean, that's the truth, right? We don't expect that in anywhere else, but here, it's funny. Yeah, I like that message a lot. That growth is not result, and I think that once we get that confusion out of the way, then we can decide: do we want to grow? Because I mean, we talked about it. It's not like you're not going to be sitting on the couch binging through Netflix. It's not growth, right? So then you can decide, hey, if I'm wanting that result, then I got to commit to this growth. And last night, when I did the live, it was all about commitment. I highly recommend you check it out because it was under very weird situations that I did the live. So commit to the journey, marry the process, divorce the result. When you plant that seed, that beginning, that seed is the beginning. That seed is not the end. That seed is not harvest. That seed is not the end. That seed is just the beginning. Just started. Do you ever plant like do you ever like plant stuff in your own place, like in your own home? A lot of people do nowadays. Back in the day, it wasn't as popular, but now it's a lot more popular. You grow your own vegetables and stuff like that. Maybe even a small little pot, inside in the kitchen with herbs, right? You put the seeds in that little thing. You take care of that small little pot. Why? Because you know it's the beginning. And if you want it to grow and give you herbs, so with that, hopefully you got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate you. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. Um, if I know I keep saying this. I know you know somebody who would really love to hear this. Like they should hear this, right? Tag them to this, share it. Don't be stingy with my life. Share it. And I am Sean Azimi, and I help folks with a job to create a side gig online and use social media to grow it. If that is you, you've been thinking about it, you want to, all this stuff, and you don't know where to start, you got questions, drop the word me in the comments. I'll get back with you after this live. I appreciate you guys. With that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.